Savory pie is a true comfort food, and one of my personal favorites is the French-Canadian Tourtiere, a beautifully spiced meat pie with a double crust pie dough. I'm starting with the filling. So I'm grinding 1.5 pounds of boneless blade roast. Grinding your own beef lets you control the process, and I know it's super fresh. Here we go. And I'll take this over to my sauté pan that I'll preheat on medium-high. My first step is to sauté the meat until it's no longer pink. Even though I didn't grow up making tourtière, I have made hundreds of them. And they are a staple at holiday time, especially when Michael and I host an open house party. Now that the meat's browned, I'm all set here, so I can add 1 cup of onion and 2 cloves of garlic that I'll mince up. I'll give that a little stir in. But your own signature flavoring comes from the spices you use. I find the fragrance of bay leaf perfect, and I add a teaspoon of celery salt. The other 2 spices I like to add are black pepper, which you would expect, but also allspice. Oh, it smells so good already. Now I'll add just a couple of dashes of Worcestershire sauce, and I'll cook this down until the onions are tender and translucent. So that takes about 5 minutes. Now that my onions are soft, I can add the liquid. So I have 1.5 cups of beef stock, and to help thicken it, just a regular peeled potato, medium-sized. I just use a box grater and grate it right into the liquid. And when you grate it like this, it takes no time to cook. It smells so good. All the liquid is fully absorbed, and now, always remember to take out your bay leaves. And it's important to set aside your filling to cool completely to room temperature. But the bonus is you can prepare the filling a day ahead and then chill it down when you're ready to actually assemble your tourtière, which I am right now. So I have a completely chilled tourtière filling, and I have that double crust savory pie dough recipe. So first, I'll start by rolling one of the discs as the base. Just like the quiche, I roll the crust to about 1/4 inch thick and lift it into my pie plate, lifting up and in. That way I'm not pressing the dough against the side of the pie plate. And then in goes the chilled filling. You really want to press it into the pastry shell as flat as you can, level it out. Now, I'll roll the top crust. You want to cut a little hole right in the center to allow any steam to escape. So I'll drop it right on top. And then, with a paring knife, trim around the outside of the tourtière. Just like crimping the edges of a fruit pie, first, you tuck under your 2 crusts. That way, they stay in place. And then you can pinch the edges together in any design you choose. There we go. Doesn't this look fantastic? The finishing touch before it goes in the oven is a little bit of egg mixed with a couple tablespoons of water. That adds nice shine and an even browning to the tourtière. Now, this is ready for the oven. I've preheated it to 375, and it takes about 40-45 minutes. You want to make sure the crust is an even, rich golden brown. And the advantage of the glass pie plate, you can check underneath to make sure the bottom's cooked too. Here's my tourtière. Just like the quiche, you want to let it cool for a little bit. So this one has sat for 15 minutes, and it's ready to enjoy. You really get a sense with the 2-crust pie how flaky and tender this pastry is. a great French-Canadian tradition. Beautiful tourtière.